Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 75 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. Today, setting up a brand new fancy schmancy little thingy. We're getting ourselves a machine here, industrial API. And I set up the door so you have to be right next to it. I shrunk the range so that even standing here isn't close enough to open the door. You literally have to stand right up against the door, which I think is kind of cool. I like that. And then like the same on this side, right? One block away, and the door starts closing. One block right up against it, and it's open. Neat, huh? So this way I can be like in the room and working and doing all kinds of good stuff, and then I have to stand in the right spot to get the door open. So my genetics laboratory, how do you guys like it? Because I like it. I think it looks cool. I'm really proud of it. I think it's super cool, and that's my opinion, and you can't change it. So, that said, I want to get working on stuff. Ye old temporary solution, wireless. Though that wireless shouldn't last too long, because in a minute I'm going to do the thing. But first, I want to start breeding up some Rocky princesses. Rocky drones are cool. They are an interesting species. Let's see. You probably don't like the environment. Too hot. So let's get a plains emulation upgrade. This will make the apiary act like a plains biome. Boom. No more hot. Hey, look how happy this bee is hanging out on the ground without sunlight and without flowers, and without all kinds of other things that bees usually want to have. Neat. Let's see why. I want to get out my portable analyzer, and I will probably need some honey drops because I used up the last of them last time. Bing. The cool thing about Rocky drones, well, there's good news and there's bad news about Rocky drones. The bad news is their fertility is 1. Which means that they always produce 1 drone, which means you typically don't get more than 1 drone out of them, which is kind of a bummer. However, the good news about these guys is that they have some really good stats. They're tolerant in one direction for both climate and humidity, both up and down. So there's 5 tiers of climate and humidity, I think. And basically, normal is in the middle, and then there's like dry and humid and really humid, and then there's hot and really hot, and cold and really cold, right? So this bee likes it normal, but he's okay if it's a little warm or a little cold. Not too warm and not too cold. Both 2, I think, would be the best you could possibly get. The other cool stats are that they are diurnal, which means they run during the day. They are nocturnal, which means they run during the night. They are a tolerant flyer, which means they work during the rain, and they are cave-dwelling, which means they can be inside and not worry about seeing the sky. All 4 of these stats make for a great genetics laboratory. You don't have to worry about the other stats outside. So, like, if we brought our other bees inside at this point, right, the ones that are outside doing their beely duties, they would start complaining for all kinds of reasons. They would say, hey, it's raining outside, and it's dark, and I can't see the sky, and that's what they would say. But they're not going to say that simply because, wow, I have a lot of cultivated drones. Holy cow, that's a lot. They're not going to say that. Imperial, nice. And some of you are done working because I turned it. Right. And hey, I'm getting a regen effect. That's one of the things the Imperial bee does. Remember I told you there were effects that bees can give you? Sometimes good, sometimes bad. The Imperial bees have a regeneration effect. They give the players nearby regeneration occasionally. Pretty smooth. So with all those things that I just said, I think I'd like to get into the genetics laboratory and get it fully functional for all the genetic manipulation we want to do. And the reason I'm all excited about drones, and you know what I want to do? Let's go upstairs here. I held on to what attributes? Spade, fast, effect none, cultivated, and common. I should probably, let's do item ducts. And a chest. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do an iron chest here. And a servo of some sort. Yeah, sure. You can do hardened servo. That's fine. I'd like... This is a temporary thing. Tell me if I throw a few cultivateds in here. What would happen to you if you were set to ignored? Will you extract the gene sample that you get? from these cultivated drones. Yeah, tolerates rainfalls. Nice. All right, cool. I'm going to let that run for a few minutes. I want to get my genetics laboratory up and running fully functionally today, to the point where once we're wrapped up with today's episode, my goal is to have this room fully done. Like, I want all my bees down there, I want all my apiaries down there, and I want to have all the genetics machines that I need. So let's get started. Hey, cool. So I got the Fertility 2 guy. Also, apologies about the audio change between last scene and this one. For some reason, every now and then, Windows decides, hey, you know what, your microphone volume? Let's turn it down for no reason, all by ourselves. So, yeah, that happened. I'm going to want to totally, like, figure out how to automate this. I'll probably have to do it in a vanilla furnace, if I'm being honest. I'm assuming that I can't just put you in anything else. Squeezer gets liquid DNA. I forget what that's for. I think that's used for, like, creating custom bees. I'm pretty sure that's what that's for. Like, out of nothing kind of thing, but we'll get to that eventually, sort of. That might be kind of a cool thing to do. Instead of just burning it, we might as well get some resource out of it. So maybe we'll look into doing that. But all this stuff I want to move today, in a few minutes at least. But I've got bee fertility too. That's a trait that I'm going to want to hang on to. So what other attributes did I get here? I got another species cultivated, which is nice. I might hang on to an extra one of these. And cave dwelling false. None of this stuff I really care about. Fast, I might hold on to an extra one of those as well. I've already got one, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to have. Ooh, lifespan shortest. I might want to hang on to those. Did I already get one of those yet? Speed, cultivated, fertility, speed, fast, effect none. I don't think I got lifespan shortest. So I'm going to hang on to one of those, because that's also a nice attribute to have. See all these cool abilities and attributes? Yeah, good times. And the rest of this can probably just be voided, right? Rain, forest, yeah, cool. I'll leave these in here, actually, and we'll set up that squeezer with the DNA thing in a minute. But for the time being, what I want to do is let's do this. Let's start manipulating our genes. So we're going to need a new machine from Gendustry to do that. And if we pop, well, we can do it from up here. That's right. We should be able to make genetic transposer. I believe this is the thing that we need. So we're going to need a sturdy casing. And for genetic transposer, we're going to need 4 bronze gears and a bronze ingot and a genetics processor times 2. 2 bronze gear. Just give me a stack of bronze, would you? So the genetic transposer is nifty, sort of-ish. Oh, right, I need more gears. It was 4 bronze gears, not 2. This is what allows you, given the appropriate stuff and things, I'm just going to put it there for the time being, you can make genetic templates, and you can impose those on your drones, right? So if we pop down and get our Rocky drones that we have in our genetics processing lab, and after I've done this, I'm going to actually move all my stuff into this room so that we can all be in the same room for a change, right? So you can see here what happened is the princess only created 1 drone. So if you think about it, what's going to happen now is we're not going to get a net gain of drones, right? We're going to always get 1 princess and 1 drone, which will then be turned into a queen, which will then be turned into 1 princess and 1 drone, which will be turned into a queen, yada, 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 yada. Long story short, we don't get more than 1 Rocky drone. And Rocky has a bunch of cool attributes we want to get. So we probably want to build up a good supply of Rocky drones such that we can go ahead and rip off all those cool attributes. Yeah? Yeah. So let's get a template that's going to do some of the things, maybe all of the things that we want. Some of them for now and maybe all of them later. So in order to do this, from Gendustry, we need to get ourselves one of these, genetic template. Boom. This guy is going to allow us to impose attributes on existing bees. Now, here's a pro tip. If you impose the attributes on a queen, the offspring may or may not have those attributes. However, if you impose those attributes on a princess and a drone, when those two bees come together to make a queen, the queen will have those attributes for 100% all the time. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to impose it on the princess and drone, and then going forward, we'll be good, right? So let's take some of the attributes that we like. So for example, I'm going to make a genetic template with lifespan shortest, because we want them to die off really quickly, right? We want to get a lot of drones. The best way to do that is have them not live that long, so we get more drones more quickly. Speed fast. Sure, why not? We'd like them to produce stuff for us. We don't want to mess with their species, but we do want to mess with their fertility, too, so that we get 2 drones instead of 1 every time they die. And effect done? I don't have to mess with the effect right now. And then we're not changing the species up, right? So the way this genetic template works is there's actually 13 different attributes you can have, from species to whether they like the rain, whether they work at night, whether they there's 13 attributes, right? The speed, the temperature tolerance, all those things, right? So when we go ahead and combine these two in a crafting table, we'll see that we get a genetic template with 1 of the 13 chromosomes identified. If we place another one in there, now we've got 2 of those things in there. And if we put the third one in there, now we have 3 out of 13. So this genetic template, as you can see on the tooltip, changes the speed to fast, changes the lifespan to shortest, and changes the fertility to 2. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and stick this in this machine. And then we're going to place our Rocky Princess in here. Well, this might go in here, and this guy might go in here. And we might need some labware, I think. We need some labware. And now you can go in there? Okay, hold on. Sorry, this is the wrong machine. This is similar, but different. Let me put you away. I need the imprinter. That's the machine I need. Genetic imprinter. Cool. So we need a casing and 4 gears. I was close. These machines, they all look the same. They're hard to keep straight. So this machine does everything that I was just telling you. Cool. So we put the genetic template in there. And by the way, when you hold shift on the genetic template, as you can see, it's telling you what attributes are missing. Later on in the mod, if you build a genetic template with all 13 chromosomes, you can use liquid DNA and protein to create a brand new bee out of nothing, which is cool. But you need all 13 chromosomes on the template. So that goes in there, the genetic labware goes in there, and then the Rocky Princess goes in. Now this does take a little bit of time, as you can see. And there's a chance that we will again spoil our bee. So be a little bit careful with it. And by careful, I mean just be prepared for the fact that your bee might be destroyed. So if you only have 1 of a species, you know, be aware. Just be aware that it might go wrong, right? So once this process line goes, what we should see is now we have a Rocky Princess. And if we analyze them with the portable analyzer, let's compare notes, right? So the Rocky drone, which we've already analyzed here, right? This is the one, has, a short lifespan, the slowest production rate, and 1 fertility. If I put this princess in here, we will see that they have the shortest lifespan, a fast production rate, and a 2x2. Sweet. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this bee that I've already analyzed, and we're going to go run him through the genetic manipulator, right? So genetic imprinter, imprinting those attributes onto our bee for us, and then when the drone comes out, we should have a drone of the Rocky variety that will be able to do all kinds of cool stuff for us. Cool? Nice. So now we have a Rocky drone here, and if we run this guy, we can see now you also have the shortest fast 2x fertility. Awesome. So now we have a Rocky Princess and drone, each of which will create 2 drones instead of 1. So it's important to have both those bees have the same attributes. Here's the thing. When you combine bees, so like let's say we combined this one, which is shortest, fast, 2, with this bee, which is short, slowest, 1. If we combine these 2 bees, the offspring, the drones that are created and the princess that are created, will have randomized stats among those 2. And there's a whole, algorithm to figure out like what those stats would be. But long story short, what you might wind up with is a princess that has like shortest and short and fast and slowest and 1x and 2x, right? So like bad things happen. If you're trying to be like super perfect with your bees, make sure that the princess and drone have the same attributes. So we don't want this guy who's the slowest worker. We want this guy who's a fast worker. These 2 are going to go together and the shortest life to make a really nice queen. And then the queen will leave offspring and do things, right? So let's get an automation upgrade in here, and we'll also get the shortened life cycle in here so that this Rocky queen doesn't live for a long time. And remember, we put the shortest lifespan attribute on this queen, which means she ain't gonna live that long, which is good times for us. Cool? So let's go upstairs and relocate some stuff. What I'm going to do is leave all this up here for the time being, but I can... I'm going to take all this labware out of here because I don't know how much of it is going. I don't know what happens to these machines when I break them. We may or may not lose their internal stuffs, but we'll figure it out. And you guys, I'm going to eventually void you. Let's take this. So if I break this, are you going to retain what you have? You do still have your 1 million RF, and you still have mutagen in you. Cool. Your mutagen will be lost. You can all come with me. You are really not helping me because you're duplicating stuff, and I don't love that so much. And you're all coming downstairs into this area. And I'll probably get a squeezer for down here as well. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Forest Raven time. We should have... Hey. That's right. We should have... Yeah, there it is. Sweet. A power cell. Right here that we can run power to. Perfect. So you, redstone energy conduit, can come with me. And we now no longer need this bad boy. Cool. Perfect. See, look, already 50% dead. Sweet. I need my stuff and things. There it is. So let's put you away. Let's put this stuff away. I'm going to reuse some of this stuff. Probably not going to use the furnace down here, because like I said, it's being a little bit, you know, cheaty. But this bee should now, when it dies, 67% by the way, leave behind 2 offspring, and that'll be good for us. Cool. Alright, so we've got this thing going here. What I'd like to have then is, let's pop outside for a minute. Morphing back into a human form. My bees out here should, in theory, have died off, which is cool. Let's put away some more things. You. The signal plated guy can go away, and the impulse guy can go away for the time being. I don't need this here anymore either. Perfect. I'm gonna put away you and you. So we're gonna set up all of our bees down in our genetics processing lab, which I'm still super proud of how cool this room looks. So at the start, we'll have you, and we're gonna have you. Wrong one. Cool. So you're doing your thing. I probably don't need seal upgrades or light upgrades anymore. Maybe, we'll see. Well, I probably will eventually. And you're going to come out of there, and we'll see about needing these anymore. Maybe not. Okay, so that's all cleaned out. Perfect. And you've got your stuff. So my main thing is I'm looking for rocky drones. That's what I want to get lots and lots of. So let's put away... I don't know why I clicked middle click there, but that's a thing I just did. Let's put away some stuff that we don't need, because inventory, right? And let's get ourselves a chest to temporarily store some of these bees. So we have to adjust the attributes on the other bees that we have, and we're going to want to do that in a moment. So Imperials can go away, cultivateds can go away, and I'm going to hold on to these automation upgrades and this genetics labware. So let's start setting up. I'm going to go get the rest of the stuff from upstairs. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's actually in here. What I want is my moving wand. I'm going to move you guys. This was the transposer genetic dude, right? Rocky drones and a rocky drone. I should probably be moving this the opposite direction, to be honest. Like this. So I can remove this guy. And we're going to moving wand to you. And down here we go. Ta-da! And if we wanted to, we could even... Okay, maybe not. So you're there. And we're going to set up the power cell we don't need anymore, because remember, we have one down there already. Sweet. We're going to move... So let's set up our genetic stuff on this side of the room. Does that sound cool? And in the center here, we might have access to like a refined storage system that's going to hold a bunch of things. So we're going to want our mutagen producer probably to chill here, right? You're going to produce mutagen, and the redstone blocks can go into here. Okay. The advanced mutatron, you go there. And we're basically going to line this up the way we had it before. Genetic sampler can go here. You're going to sample your genetic stuff. And genetic imprinter can chill here. Perfect. And then we get a bunch of labware, which we may or may not have more of. So you don't need labware, but you do. And you do, and you'll take the 22 because it's less frequent that you use that stuff. And then you guys, so you're still some of my B effects. Cool. So you're going to go here to genetic sampler. And what I'd probably like to do, let's go back upstairs. Just kind of like sorting out all the automation that I want to do for this stuff. Sweet. Bing. Super cool. We want a item duct. Do we still have that somewhere? Nope, I probably went away. So impulse item ducts and servo. Let's just go ahead and, well, let's get a better one. While that's going, genetic sampler, I'm probably going to, I haven't entirely decided how this is going to work. For now, I want this to be automated in a cool way. I just haven't entirely figured it out yet. But for now, I want to start getting the attributes I care most about. So to do that, oh, there was my servo. Derp. You're just going to be set to ignored. And I'm going to throw, I'm going to hang on to one. This is shorter life, and these guys haven't been analyzed yet. So I'm going to go ahead and hang on to one extra rocky drone in here just to be safe. And the other 7, I'm going to go ahead and analyze in the genetic sampler. And hopefully get some good stats. And my plan then will be to add those stats to my genetic template that I will apply to all my other bees. So for example, we just got something there that was never sleeps true. That's actually a really good one. That's the nocturnal bee trait. So I want that one. And we're going to apply that to our template. Cool. And then we should be getting another one here shortly. And this one is effect none. That one I don't care so much about. So I'm going to let the rest of the bees process, and we will be right back. Oh yeah, and don't forget to run power to these machines. Pro tip. They need power. What other attributes did I get here? I did get tolerates rain, which is cool. Effect none, species rocky. I got the species, which is kind of a neat attribute to get. You're going to go into my species attribute chest. I'm going to organize all this stuff in a minute. I'm just, you know, getting the last of the drones taken care of here. How's this bee doing? Wow, we got a lot of rocky drones. Holy cow, that's a lot. Nice. So I'm going to go let you get processed. See, that's why we lifespan shortest. And by the way, you can get bees that have 3 offspring instead of 2, and that would give you even more drones, but you get the effect. Tolerates rain, we already have that one, right? Tolerates rain and never sleeps. Flowering, slowest, territory, average, species, rocky, we got again. So I'm going to let this guy continue to do his thing. Effect none, because I really want to have the cave dwelling attribute. And then I'll be super happy, right? Fertility 2. Because remember, we, you know, tweaked that drone. All their offspring is going to have fertility 2. Cool. Back in a minute when it's done. Hey, I just got cave dwelling true. Nice. That's what's up. That is awesome. Cave dwelling true I got again. Okay, so let's take our genetic template now, and we're going to combine the cave dwelling attribute and the tolerates rain attribute and the nocturnal attribute. So now, if we were to take, for example, our Imperial, one of our Imperial drones, okay, and the Imperial Queen, which should be around here somewhere. Where's my Imperial Queen? There she is. All right, cool. In fact, I'm going to take, you can go away, because I don't want to confuse you guys. So if we have our Imperial doodads, and we analyze them, right? Check it out, right? Nocturnal, no. Tolerant flyer, no. Cave dwelling, no. Wah, wah, wah. And the same for you, right? Same attributes. And then this one also has normal lifespan, production slower. Wah, wah, wah. Now, if you're really going for like getting lots of resources, technically it will be a little bit faster if you have a longer lifespan, because technically it means that you don't have to wait for the bees to rebreed, but that's like a second, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to do the slower lifespan, and we'll have the faster production. And then there's that beatific effect. So by the way, if you wanted the effect of getting regen, if you cared about that, you could totally snag that effect, beatific, and apply it. But let's go apply these guys, right? So what I'm going to do is, so this is a super cool genetic template, right? I don't want to affect the species with this, right? So that's one of the attributes we're missing. Flowering, I don't care. Humidity tolerance, I don't care. You know, technically, what I should put on here is the flowers. So let's see. Did I not get the flower from the rocky bee? So I have flowers, which is fine. Cave dwelling, true. Territory, speed, temperature, fertility. Effect, species, rocky. Flowering, slowest. It would be cool, because I think this guy just needs rocks nearby. Like, it considers rocks to be flowers. And that's nifty. I wouldn't mind having that attribute, since we're on the ground. But, in fairness, I could totally just, you know, put a flower down here, and that would be fine. So that's species, that's flowers. I think that was speed fast, right? I think it was. Humidity tolerance, none. Let's go. Give me flowers. Flowering, slowest. One more try, and then we're going to stick with flowers, and I'll go get a flower and bring it down here. Fair? Flowering, slowest. All right, so we'll just stick with this. So let's genetic imprint our princess. Boom. Right? So humidity tolerance I don't care about right now. Effect I don't care about right now. Territory missing I don't care about right now. And temperature tolerance I don't care about those attributes. So while that's cooking, I'm going to go get a flower and hide it behind the wall back there, because I don't believe they need line of sight to the flower. I don't think. So we'll do that. And I should probably grab a couple pieces of dirt. And in my genetics laboratory, we will hide this behind the wall somewhere. So I'll stick a piece of dirt here and here. And we'll put our flowers down. That should be close enough. Cool. So you should now be an Imperial princess, and we're going to do the same thing to the drone. And if we check our species analyzer, we'll see that the princess now has the fast production and the short lifespan, which is good, and also nocturnal tolerant flower cave dwelling. Sweet. This means that, now keep in mind, by the way, I think I put did I put effect none in there? No, I didn't change the effect, so the beatific is still there. Sweet. And you got me my Imperial drone with the same awesome stats. Cool. So now going forward, our Imperial bees should have no problem working underground without any light upgrades or anything else. So he doesn't like the environment, so we definitely want to give him one of these plains emulation upgrades. But that's an easy upgrade to craft. Boom. And now you're no flowers. There's flowers. Trust me, there's flowers. Come back in a minute once he realizes there's flowers. Be right back. Hey, cool, she found the flowers. I didn't have to do anything. I went back to like look if I had to change something, and I didn't. Awesome. Let's do the same thing for our cultivated bee. So I'm going to grab, I've got a cultivated princess, and I've got one drone that I'm going to grab. I can put this one away. And I'm going to do the same attribute application here for my cultivated so that they can work. And I might as well get a plains upgrade. Sweet. So you're going to be my cultivated bee breeder. Awesome. And this drone will be next. So this is going to be the genetic imprinter whose job it is to do cool stuff. Let's go ahead and get that squeezer. So we're totally going to want a forestry dude. One of these guys, sturdy casings, because I know squeezers need that. And how do I want this to work? Well, I'm not really sure. So here's what I could do. I'm going to build a refined storage system down here. I think that's a cool idea. So the squeezer can chill over here for the time being. How did you do? Cultivated, you're good. And just to verify, I have no reason to think that this wouldn't work, but shortest, fast, fast, and has all the cool stats that I want. Same here, and that's cool. So popping these guys in, you should be totally happy and have no problem with the environment. No flowers, but give it a minute and they should find the flowers. Cool. So let's do a refined storage system. So I want like a separate refined storage system. We're going to see how that works out. So I'm going to make a controller. Let's get like a stack of you and a machine frame, dude. Because I know I can make one of those. There it is. Nice. And we're going to want probably a disk drive. So that's going to be another machine casing and one of these. It's so much easier to make this stuff, like, you know, when you don't have to worry so much about it. One disk drive. There you are. And probably a 64K storage disk. Just one ought to be fine. And we're probably also going to want a grid, which I don't think I ever taught it how to autocraft. So yeah, let's get like a few more machine casings, and we're probably going to want like 10. And then we'll want a few of these. I'll be back when this is all ready. All right, so this should be cool. So in theory, I should be able to put a grid right here. And we're gonna, you know, bird it up. Let's put our controller back here. Why not? We'll run some cabling to here. We could probably have, like, I don't need to typically access too much of this stuff, right? 64K storage capacity. We probably won't need much more than that. Let's run under here and find ourselves a power line we can tap into. We might need more redstone energy conduiting, so let's get some. Oh, missing one. Nice. That sounds pretty typical for me and my luck. Hooray! We've got power. We've got the ability to store things. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do is basically store all my bees and all my all my extra drones and all my bee resources and all my other stuff here. And that should be cool, right? So to do that, let's get some import buses. So I'm going to probably want a few importers and a couple exporters. Not external storage, exporters. And I might want an interface or two and get all this set up. All right, it is wrapping up point for the episode, so what I think I'm going to do is actually wrap up here, and we'll come back next time and finish all this setup. So, like, we won't probably have this here. This is going to be an import bus, but we're going to do some automation all around all the stuff. But, you know, just as an example right now, like, I'm going to want all this stuff to wind up being in here, right? So, like, everything genetics and bee related is basically going to be stored in this refined storage system, and it's going to be a separate system, you know, from our main system. Why am I doing that? I don't know. It sounded like a cool idea at the time. That's the only answer I have for you. Do you really think that, like, I have a plan? Do I look like a man who has a plan? Nope. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So I'll let these bees do their bee things. Yay. Automation upgrade would totally be smart to put in there, huh? Did I just put my automation upgrades in here? I put one of them. So you should totally have an automation upgrade. Boom, boom, boom. And you probably need one as well. Perfect. So now going forward, they will automation. Beautiful. All right, Devil Toy signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. You know what to do. Take it easy.